Hi guys, welcome to Trailer Trash Talk. My name's Brandon.
I'm James. Cartoons before I was born.
We're watching a trailer for X-Men 97
A cartoon that was made before I was born.
that he's never bothered to rewatch, even though he has a Disney Plus subscription.
I'll get there.
Watch the series finale of X-Men.
Which
next Saturday
sucked.
morning. Check your
The
local
final
station.
season is absolute dog shit.
To say goodbye.
Really gonna just sully
No,
his death?
the final, he doesn't die. He goes on a ship with Lalandra and flies off into space.
Spoilers?
No, the show ended 5 years before you were born.
I know. 5?
I don't know. How old is
8, genius.
To stay vigilant.
Brandon can't do math.
The
I don't
professor
know how
entrusted
old
us
he
with
is.
his dream.
Watch the trailer.
I do like the Brandon the animation. How they're taking modern practices
It
and
looks,
still like
but it looks
Yeah.
much better.
and now they're still being faithful to the original style.
Well, we'll talk.
We get this
Hey,
done by
Ray
working
Chase,
together as a
my
team.
boy.
Jeez, Bub, keep buzzing in my ear.
I wonder if Storm's gonna be as annoying as she was.
Oh no.
Winds of wonder, help us get away.
Hey, Rogue. And Gambit, my favorite.
Now, is he just lit his entire skeleton on fire? Because Wolverine's about to blow up.
To me, my X-Men.
What a great lineup, with the exception of Jubilee.
Magneto.
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built. Now,
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
to me.
Okay, so few things to dissect in that. If you go back and watch the final, watch the original show, the 5th season, the animation changes drastically.
Oh, is it kind
And
of like
it's-
60s Spider-Man cartoon where
No,
it's
no, it's
absolute garbage and then pretty good?
no, it's worse.
Oh,
My understanding was that they were losing funding, so they
Oh,
changed
okay.
the animation style. The final season's only like 10 episodes. They are mostly bad. I think the only time you see the full team together is what you saw in the final episode when Xavier's dying, goes off into space with Lalandra and the Shi'ar because they're the only ones that can save him. So I'm not sure if we're seeing like a bait and switch with the funeral, whatever. Last season was terrible. This looks good. All the voices sound different, so that's weird. Which also, you go to season 4 to season 5, Gambit is a completely different voice, and it's like not even tried to like do the same. Like you hear him and you're like, did they just like he didn't show up to work that day? And they're like, hey, you, can you do Cajun? And he's like, I guess. Like,
Unpaid intern. now.
yeah, exactly. Heard you wanted to make your big break, bud. So yeah,
It's like
I don't
the-
know. It's the one thing I have to give the original animated series a lot of credit is they just went for it, which was cool. Because it was modeled directly from the comics, and a lot of the storylines they do and stuff, they could give a shit less what your knowledge is or what the lore they built was. They were like, we're doing this storyline from the comics. Enjoy, because comic readers watch the show. So cool with that.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I wonder what they're going to do here. I don't know if they're going to adapt like modern stories, if they're going to stay in the vein of the '90s, early 2000s storylines.
I am personally hoping they go for a House of M approach with Magneto now being in charge of Xavier's school, because that's House of M is such a just crazy storyline when you really think about it, and knowing that Magneto now can pull the strings. I don't know if the Scarlet Witch was in the original series.
She was.
She
with
was. So
Pietro.
there is precedent for Wanda to show up, do her
Well, I mean,
funny
you
stuff.
have like almost 20 years of history now that you can
Yeah.
pull from, including the time that you guys left off the show. Some of the action figures and promotional stuff, you do see Magneto in his 90s, late 80s, early 90s costume with the big M and the no sleeves and the yeah, I can't remember. I think he was like in charge of the New Mutants for a minute with that
It
too. but
was the 90s.
when he had like he didn't have like his classic suit. It was like it was a big M and he had no sleeves.
I think that was when he was on Asteroid.
Okay.
Colossus.
Yes, I think you're correct. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I will say, going back, rewatching some of these older ones, as nostalgic as the first X-Men animated series is, Evolution is very good, and Wolverine and the X-Men is very good. As far as animated series, I would have liked to seen continue. I definitely would have picked those two over this one because I feel like this one is special as that like nostalgia boom. But that's what's in right now.
It is. Yeah, thanks, big business.
Do you
Really
plan?
appreciate
Do
it.
you plan on watching it in over the next month to get current with the new series?
Most likely.
I'm actually really
I
excited for
will.
you to hear. I want to hear some of your opinions on that because there are some rough ones.
Well, I remember just I don't know which series it was, but I do remember when I was a wee little lad. So like
In Ireland,
maybe in shorter. My dad would have the X-Men cartoons on in the background when stuff was happening, and I just remember watching those and being like, "Whoa!"
oh, it was.
story.
Oh no, like it was. I'll tell you, like as a kid, like being into comics and seeing that, I look forward to that every single Saturday. Like
Oh my
that was
gosh.
my jam. So
It's I just remember watching it and be like, "Whoa, this is cool!"
Yeah.
Whoa! And then looking back on it, and it's like,
well, yeah, it's like,
it's
and then
still pretty cool.
and then they made everything better. Like so, you could have gone with I don't know. We'll see. X-Men '97.